So what is the future of this universe after Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire? Because a lot of movies are yet to be announced, what number will be seen first? Will there be a new monster in this universe? Who is going to take a new entry? What possibilities does this world have? Today, we will talk about all of them. So let's start with Godzilla x Kong. During the promotion of his movie, his director Adam Wingard has talked about the potential future of Godzilla Kong, that when will we get to see them together? The director said that he is still very interested in making Godzilla Kong's third movie, and he would like to complete his trilogy where things depend on how the movie is performing and how things will take shape in the background. I mean, what will happen internally? Along with that, he also said that he has some ideas about which direction this universe and franchise should go. We have talked about this. Where should I tell? We have only talked about it. All the things will depend on how the movie performs, and I can tell you that the movie is performing very well. Before knowing about the movie's future, let's know about the year in which Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire takes place, which is confirmed by official sources that this fight took place after 5 years of Godzilla vs. Kong event, where it is believed that Godzilla vs. Kong events take place in 2022, which means that in 2027, a new story of the new empire has taken place. Some of you might be thinking that why PJ believes in the same thing in 2022. So I will tell you that in the novelization of the movie, it is clear that these events have taken place in 2022. But if you look closely at the movie, The New Empire, there is a clearly digitized version where it will be more clear when it comes to streaming that Godzilla is sleeping in a coliseum and Titan Wars 2027 is written on it. That means, no matter how much the debate is, but the 5-year time gap between Kong and the New Empire is very consistent, and the story between them is very important, which by a lot of ways we can see in the upcoming seasons of Apple TV's Monarch Legacy. Because in the coming seasons, because the New Empire has been given a very bad leather trauma, so we don't know what stories they will handle in it. Wherever we see the current storyline, this underdeveloped Scar King, Simo Su, and even the suffering of the Kong community and the exploits can be seen in the story. How did the existence of the Scar King come? What is the reason for the rule on all of them? Because all the small Kongs in the story, where are they taking all the stones? What is their story? There are so many questions that we can see in these 5 years in these TV series, because Apple TV is very good at showing groundedly. And a little spoiler alert that at the end of Legacy of Monsters, the story ends with Kong's story. So starting a story with that makes sense. By now, you must have got to know that Godzilla x Kong doesn't have any post or mid-cred scene, which is why its future is looking more complicated. Some people might be feeling that, but no. Because what's the future of MonsterVerse? Movie itself gives the answer. Because in 1967, a movie called Son of Godzilla came out from Japan, in which Godzilla trains his mini-version. In front of the world, with a lot of bullshit and a lot of chaos, and we can feel the direct parallels in this movie, in Kong and Zuko's dynamics, and potentially in this SDCC in our San Diego Comic-Con, a new storyline of Son of Kong can be announced. Because no matter how many stories you go around, the story of Kong that we are going to see logically in the future, or what should be seen, will be that his destiny to present himself as a parental father figure, to make a family, to show his responsibilities to everyone like a king. That yes, I am a king of you all, this story logically makes sense for Kong. Where if the story gets stuck somewhere, then it comes with Godzilla. Because after Mothra comes back, he will definitely get his solo movie, but he needs a real threat now, and that threat is a surprise, because Godzilla has to prove himself again that he is the king of the monsters. He needs a real threat in which Mechagodzilla is not going to show up so soon, and Godzilla vs. Mothra will be fought very soon. If we want to speculate about Godzilla's next movie, then if we connect the dots with the original Japanese chronology, because the modern Hollywood MonsterVerse is following the same storyline of Godzilla. So if we use the reference of the Japanese chronology to make predictions about Godzilla's next storyline, then we get the 1966 Godzilla versus Sea Monster, in which a monster like a lobster comes to Earth, and God knows that if Hollywood shows this in MonsterVerse, then how will it pull off? But if this doesn't happen, they skip this story. So the next movie is 1968's Destroy All Monsters, in which, including Godzilla, there are 11 monsters and Godzilla fights with everyone. They all have their minds controlled. This story can give a surprise shock to the MonsterVerse fans. It can be our next Avengers, it can be our next Godzilla vs. Kong Destroy All Monsters movie, where it depends on, does MonsterVerse adopt the lobster and sea monster storyline, or does it abandon it and come to destroy all monsters, where what you want is that they follow the consistent path? Build up the story and then give them the white destroyed monsters, or directly jump on the destroyed monsters and leave the story of the lobster, and do tell me in your opinion what you would like to see first. Should we follow consistently or jump directly? Do tell me in your opinion. And along with all these things, what do you think about the future of this MonsterVerse? Because at least it is better than superheroes. Do tell me in your opinion, but till then we will keep watching DJ Explain.